it's my turn apparently. So while they're getting that PowerPoint sorted out, I thought I would start my talk today with a poem. Being an English teacher, Mr. Cook, excellent. And Matrix, I apologize, you will have heard this before, and actually most of the school has. I've used it in assembly, but I think it is very pertinent to our assembly today. So, as you set out, and Matrix, this is aimed at you, as you set out for Ithaca, hope the voyage is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Lystragonians and Cyclops, wild Poseidon, don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way, as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Lystragonians and Cyclops, wild Poseidon, you won't encounter them unless you bring them along inside your soul, unless your soul sets them up in front of you. Hope the voyage is a long one. May there be many a summer morning when with what pleasure, what joy, you come into harbours seen for the first time. May you stop at Phoenician trading stations to buy fine things, mother of pearl and coral, amber and ebony, sensual perfume of every kind. As many sensual perfumes as you can. And may you visit many Egyptian cities to gather stores of knowledge from their scholars. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you are destined for. But do not hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years, so that you are old by the time that you reach the island, wealthy with all that you have gained along the way, not expecting Ithaca to make you rich. Ithaca gave you the marvelous journey. Without her, you would have not set out. She has nothing left to give you now. And if you find her poor, Ithaca won't have fooled you. Wise as you will have become, so full of experience, you will have understood by then what these Ithacas mean. I was going to start my speech today with the welcome of Mr. Chairman, trustees, parents, fellow heads, staff, students, Mr. Daly, and most importantly, Matrix of 2018. But I think a more appropriate greeting today is to actually say, friends, family, fellow Stanfordians, a very warm welcome to all of you on this Valediction Day. The service marks the end of a journey for our Matrix. Their Ithaca began when almost 5 years ago they stood forlornly in the lake outside. And it will end in a few minutes' time with them back in that lake. Yes? Just checking. Thus literally and metaphorically bringing them full circle in their time at Stanford Lake College. In between these two watery events, what feels like parallel universes of both a lifetime and a blink will have passed in their unique way for each of you. Matrix, you've experienced so much in your time here. Those experiences, no matter where on the multiple continuums of experience, were there to mold you into the mature, capable young people you have become. I recently watched an old carte blanche clip on Ken Shooter, who once taught here at Stanford and whose name was given to one of the boarding houses as a celebration of his life. Many sat in this room will actually remember him quite fondly. Just before his death, in an interview on Carte Blanche, he said that the past is history, the present is a gift, and the future is a miracle. To him, a miracle was a life well lived, one where we take each day and live it to its fullest. Today's talk will hopefully give you an idea on how to build that well-lived life for yourselves. The next month and a half will give you the opportunity to celebrate the hard work that you and your teachers have put into preparing you for the upcoming examinations. Squeeze the most out of each day so that when those exams arrive, you are able to be confident that you have given it your all, and that you are prepared for the task at hand. Leave no stone unturned as you strive to do the very best you can. Saying this, and no matter how important the next few months are in the context of your lives, we should not lose sight that your journey through school has been there to prepare you not only for these exams, but actually more importantly, for life beyond these doors. Your Ithaca lies many, many years ahead, and Stanford has just been one leg on that amazing journey. So, my message to you, okay, that's Mr. Swan, you're at the last slide rather than the first. You guys give it a start again. So my message to you today comes from a book by Bill Burnett, a design thinker from Stanford University, who runs an elective class on how to design your perfect life. I mean, isn't that amazing if you can go to first year university and start off with that as your first class? His advice is clear and concise, and not what you may necessarily think it is. I hope that as I share this message, not only for the matrics, but for all of you, that it resonates within you, and that you'll be able to take a few pearls of wisdom away from today as you move matrics onto the next leg of your journey. So where do we begin? We begin here, and we begin now. And I think Mr. Daly's speech earlier was a very nice starting point. In designing a life well lived, Bill Burnett believes that we need to connect the dots of our lives. To him, these dots are answers to three critical questions. By knowing what the three answers are in our lives, and by linking them to each other, we can begin laying a solid foundation for our journey. For each of these areas or dots, we need to ask ourselves a question. The first one, why am I here? What is my role on this planet? I think Grant is a great example of someone who has found his calling and he knows why he is on this planet. So are you here to help people, like Mr. Daly, possibly to save the environment, to protect endangered species, to teach people around you? Any of those. The second one, what is your theory of work? What do you work for? Is work just to make money? Or is it a tool to transform things, or possibly support your family, or to have resources to help you to travel the planet, or to help others? And the third question, what do you want to be remembered for? What is your intrinsic motivation? What is it that drives you when you get up in the morning? You know, there's the old tombstone exercise. What would you like to be written on your tombstone when you leave this mortal coil? The good news for all of us is that there is no one correct answer to these questions. They are merely signposts. If we are able to find our own unique answers and to connect the answers together, we create a coherent story for ourselves and for our lives, and in so doing create meaning and a powerful intrinsic driver for the way forward. So, to assist us in actioning this meaningful life, Burnett identifies 5 key attributes. And he believes we must cultivate this, or these always. What strikes me is how aligned these 5 attributes are to our school's values and to our philosophy at Stanford Lake College. The first of these is curiosity. Chanduku, I learn for life. Always be curious. Over the past 5 years, you have embraced learning. You have challenged yourselves to new adventures by being open to learning and curious to what lies beyond the ordinary. You have scaled heights that you previously did not think possible and surpassed even your wildest dreams at times. As Kurt Hahn, the inspiration behind Round Square, stated, there is more in us than we know. If we could be made to see it, perhaps for the rest of our lives, we would be unwilling to settle for anything less. Don't ever lose sight of this curious mindset matrix. Try new things. Challenge yourself to learn. Learn through doing, learn through reading, learn through thinking, learn through collaborating, and always be adventurous. The second one is having the ability to reframe your problems. Life is a journey. We become stuck, unstuck, stuck again, and so on. We know that life can be tough at times. We will be faced with many storms along our journey, Lystrogonians, Cyclops, wild Poseidon. Do not be afraid of them. The key skill when you become stuck or are facing difficulties is to reframe your position. Sit down and look at it from a different perspective. Ask someone else's perspective. But to reframe it. By looking at your problem this way, it is often easy to find solutions that you may not have seen before. Really important. The third one, radical collaboration. Ubuntu. We are family celebrating the strength in our diversity. By radical collaboration, Burnett insists that we do more than just collaborate on a superficial one-to-one level. He believes that we should collaborate with a large number of people. The more you collaborate, the stronger your connections, the more the exposure your purpose will receive, which will then in turn supercharge that purpose, giving it more exposure and so doing, creating more and more momentum for your life. Collaboration has been identified by Harvard as one of the key 21st century skills. So as you move beyond these doors, seek out ways to collaborate with people in every aspect of your lives. Be mindful of process. Have a plan. Not a rigid plan, but rather one that is strong yet flexible. Just as an athlete can only function to their full potential if they are flexible, so your plan should be fit for purpose, but flexible. Once you have connected the dots of those questions that I asked you earlier, and you have created a mission for yourself, you will be able to confidently make that plan and embark on your journey. Your plan is both your rudder and your North Star. It keeps you pointed towards your Ithaca, helping ensure that you never sway from pointing in the direction that you set yourselves. Know your plan, review it often, and keep it at the forefront of your mind. But of course, it's no good having a plan if you don't have a bias towards action. Having a plan is only the start of having a successful journey. Never ever rest on your laurels. Be willing to work hard for every inch, every single day of your lives. Thinking is no good unless it leads to action. So set yourself 3 actions per day and allow these to move you forward towards your Ithaca. And do these actions first thing every morning. So, a bit of a question just to get you going here. And this is all of you, okay? So, parents, staff, you too. Hands up if anyone has ever said to you, and keep your hand up because there are a few questions. Hands up if anyone has ever said to you, you should study harder. Okay, good. You should do this subject, not that one. I don't think I have to ask any more questions. All your hands up already. Parents, you're not. You should become a doctor. Now keep your hands up if they were up already. You should become a lawyer, or should become an accountant, or should. Or you should go to UCT, or you should go to Stanford, or you should go... You get it. Put your hands down. Some advice. Don't ever let anyone should on you. You are the captain of your own ship. You are the one who sets your unique direction. You are the one who has the unique answers to the questions. You are the one who knows where your Ithaca is. So to summarize, connect your own unique dots. Find your own unique answers. And let these be the motivation and drivers. Be open-minded. Have a plan. Action that plan every single day. And embrace working with people. Knowing that all along the way, that it is your unique Ithaca that will give you the marvelous journey. So to end on 2 quotes. The first is from Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. And then the last one, which is from me, and you've seen it up there. Your journey has molded you for the greater good. It was exactly what it needed to be. You have not lost any time. It took each and every situation you have encountered along the way to bring you to where you are now. And now, Matrix, the time is right for you.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. Oh, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. Oh, may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh, well.